Welcome everybody to the Circleville Pumpkin Show. Before we start walking around, how big do you think a pumpkin can get? Well, surprisingly, they can easily weigh over 1 ton. In fact, in 2023, the Circleville Pumpkin Show reported that their largest pumpkin ever was 2,388.5 pounds. Not only did it win 2023's largest pumpkin show, but according to 10 TV News, it holds the largest pumpkin record to date in our state. The largest pumpkin contest is not the only competition at the Circleville Pumpkin Show. There are many festivities that happen during the 4-day period that make it a one-of-a-kind festival. So, I'm sure a lot of you are probably thinking that this is just a cutie little unique festival that one little hometown has. Well, I thought it was the same way too, until I went again last year. Instead of finding a small little get-together with a couple people, I actually found one of the largest and most intense parades I've ever been to. In fact, I should have expected it, because according to their official website, it is the 6th largest festival in the United States, with over 300,000 people in attendance every single year. According to show administrators, it is truly the greatest free show on earth. But what makes it so great? To some, it's the giant competitions and parades, where seemingly impossible pumpkins, pies, and produce are on display. To others, it's the food. All of your festival favorites can be found with a pumpkin vibe. But to most people, it's the Queen's Contest, one of the most rigorous and brutal competitions a young woman could participate in. All of these aspects are important, but one is instantly more visible if you would show up to the pumpkin show. This being the giant pumpkins. The giant pumpkin contest is something that local farmers take extremely seriously, spending almost an entire year growing their pumpkins and hope that they will take home the coveted first place prize. Last year, the first place prize was 2,226 pounds, with second place close behind it, and third place just under 2,000 pounds. 32 other hopefuls entered the contest, hoping to win. These are not the only giants that are on display at the Circleville Pumpkin Show. According to NBC4 News, in addition to the pumpkins, there are also melons, gourds, and squash lining the streets. In fact, combined with the pumpkins, all of this produce weighs over 100,000 pounds. Also, if you're downtown, you might as well stop by Lindsay's Bakery, where you can see their famous pie that they make every year, which is 6 feet in diameter and over 400 pounds. But while we're on the topic of pies, we might as well mention the Great Pie of 2006, which is something the Circleville Pumpkin Show takes a lot of pride in. It was over 14 feet in diameter, required 800 pounds of pumpkin, and required 15 people to make it. Now, also, in addition to the pies and the produce, there's also parades. In the 4-day period, there are 7 parades that take place, each one of them having over 50 floats and 50 bands. Most of these, as you can guess, are over 2 hours long. But the love of pumpkin doesn't stop here. If you get hungry, you can find your fall favorites with a fall twist. One of the most noteworthy aspects of the Circleville Pumpkin Show is the unusual food selection. The regular vendors are there, but all of the food that they have has a fall twist. Starting with the sweet. According to the Columbus Dispatch, there are many different types of foods that you can try while at the Circleville Pumpkin Show. Some of these desserts include buckeyes, ice cream, and waffles. The most notable, though, are the pumpkin donuts and the pumpkin pies. Each year, just during the 4-day period, there are 100,000 pumpkin donuts sold and over 23,000 pumpkin pies sold. But if you're not feeling a dessert, you can always go for a meal. In fact, some of the things that you could try are pumpkin pizza, pumpkin burgers, and even pumpkin fried fish sandwiches. But while the previous 2 aspects of the Circleville Pumpkin Show make the festival really interesting, the defining point of the Circleville Pumpkin Show is the night that the Pumpkin Queen is crowned. The show organizers are very strict about this competition, allowing only select high school girls to participate. Once those girls are chosen by a vote by their classes, they must hit the ground running in a months-long process where they have to fill out a college-level application, design a t-shirt, and hire a coach to help them win the competition. The Circleville Pumpkin Show contestants win not only with their looks, but also with their character and service. Right off the bat, they have to fill out an application that details their academic success, their volunteer and service hours, and also why they think the pumpkin show is so important to the community. At the same time they're doing this, they also have to design a t-shirt to sell. This has to include their name and a picture of them and deals with the pumpkin show in some aspect. The contestant that sells the most t-shirts has a very strong competitive advantage, making this one of the most aggressive aspects of the Circleville Pumpkin Show. While doing both of this, they also need to hire a coach. This is usually a past contestant. But why do they need a coach, you may ask? Well, during the contest, the contestants are graded on how they sit, stand, walk, talk, and wave, as well as smile. After nearly 2 full months of prep and a 2.5-hour parade, it is time to watch the competition take place. The contestants are brought to stage where they introduce themselves, enthusiastically welcome everyone to the Circleville Pumpkin Show, give their prepared speech, and perform just like they've been practicing for the past 2 months. And that's only the first round. Soon, they go to an intermission where they bring some contestants back out and the whole process starts over again, making this about a 3-hour-long competition. Finally, the winner is crowned and she participates in all of the rest of the parades in the pumpkin show, as well as other parades around the state as a representative for Circleville. Wrapping this all up, it is clear to see after all of this information that the Circleville Pumpkin Show is like no other. Nowhere else can you find huge pumpkins, huge pies, and huge parades, where you can try a pumpkin burger with a pumpkin funnel cake for dessert. And if you show up next year, you might even meet the Great Pumpkin Queen. Coming back to the words of administrators, it truly is the greatest free show on earth.